Two boats in the middle of a big river in Russia came to the cargo ship. As soon as he met Valera, told him that more than 1 ton of caviars are to transport eggs of fish. Oleg was happy when he heard so much. He began celebrating his partner that it took work. The old man refused first because he thought the boat would not handle that much weight. But then, losing, he considered Oleg. As it got the work, Oleg started eating a little fish eggs, celebrating happiness. But after a few minutes, the boat broke due to much weight. Oleg tried very much to save, but still all the stuff sank in the river. Later, when he met both the edge, old man got angry and started hitting Oleg because Oleg's greed wasted his boat. He told Oleg that you'll now pay the loss money. Then Oleg took him to the parking lot, making his mistake, and gave him his car in compulsion. The next day, Oleg met her girlfriend Wita, who worked in the bank. Oleg said he'd have to take a loan again, but Shweta said that no bank will help him now. Then Oleg told his girlfriend to steal bank's money. But Shweta refused and said that doing so, the problem would increase further. A while later, Oleg got out there with his partner. Shweta saw that Oleg has a new car that was filled with dirt and fisheries pieces. To solve his boyfriend's progress, Shweed him, reminded that dad can give you a little money. Well, everyone asks them to sell their houses. You celebrate them. Then what my parts will come to you. But Oleg refused that he doesn't want to show himself low. Now nothing more options left. Both went to Boris's house, who was repairing toilet with their family. Oleg wanted to talk to his own father-in-law alone. As he said the house selling, Boris was angry and started quarreling the whole family. Then pieces of a large meteorite began to fall on Earth. When his family was quarrying, one piece fell to his house, and direct white woman came up from which he fell down. Seeing this, everybody was shooting, and he fled out all the panic. Outside, they saw a meteor. Right in different places are falling. Then they recalled that grandfather felt too. He went to her and saw she was slightly injured, but alive right now. Boris checked and told that this pill is not a meteorite. Hearing this, Oleg began to scream that everyone digging quickly, so that piece could make money by selling us. Everyone dug together for a while, but then they all got tired. But Oleg digs alone, and by the morning he had taken out a very large meteorite piece. He thought to tell the family, but at the same time, Pel called him. Pavel said his strength is ending. It seems like his time has come. Oleg said, "Stop, I'm calling an ambulance." But Pavel stopped him and said, "I've seen everything in my life. Now I don't need anything else." After that, the old man settled in front of him. In Oleg tension, Shweta went to tell, but Shweta ignored him and continued to sleep. Oleg didn't know that meteorite had changed its shape, and now it had become a jamoni-colored liquid. Oleg decided he'd wait. Until the whole family got up a while later, he also fell asleep. Then Talik upwashed him and said something is going so wrong here. Talik asked, "Where is the whiteness?" When Oleg saw the bed, it was discovered that his girlfriend had disappeared. He went down with his father-in-law. Talik said a few minutes ago Boris had mistakenly dropped liquid, and since then very strange things have started to happen. Then Oleg saw that Shasha's little girl is breaking iron with her hands, like he's come with 100 elephants of strength. A while later, Oleg saw that Rita was standing near the stairs railing and felt that maybe something bad happened with the whiteness. He went to the bedroom. There he heard Shweta's voice, but he couldn't see it. He couldn't understand anything, but then heard the voice of screaming from the bottom. "Come back down." And Oleg saw Boris trying to break a room door. Rita was shouting loudly from inside. In nervousness, Boris broke the door loudly and saw everyone that Rita was floating above the roof. He couldn't come down, even desirable. All got Rita brought up to the dining room of pulling up. There he saw that half of the body of the whiteness has disappeared. Seeing this, the whole family began to scream. At the same time, the old man who died, Pavel, returned, as he was again alive, and Oleg was nervous. In so shallow torment, everything forgot about Rita, and left him, and he dropped out of the roof hole. She went a little far, flying in the air, but her power suddenly ended, and she fell down. After that, the whiteness began to appear again, and Pavel fell again to the ground, like he's died the second time. After saving Rita, the family now sat together and thought maybe the meteor, and gave them superpowers. Then they saw that Talik and Oleg have no power. He began trying to understand why this happened. Meanwhile, Shweta called the ambulance by calling. At that time, Oleg saw that as soon as the powers moved away from Shweta, family ended, and at the same time Pavel rolled again. Family went to hospital. The doctor checked and said that everything looks absolutely normal. Oleg said, check the radiation level in their body. But the doctor said our radiation meter wasn't working properly. At the same time, the doctor said, eating vitamins will all be well. Vitamins are everything. The family understood that nobody would believe them. He came back home and started learning to live with his new superpowers. On dinner, everyone thought why they got magical powers. Rita said that using these powers, we can create a huge, dangerous circus. Talik was angry with this and he made a joke of Rita. Rita attacked him and both siblings began to fight. Meanwhile, Sasha broke his grandfather's iron stick. Grandpa was angry and he began to run behind him. A while later, Talik fed his dogs and started speaking unchecked synapses about Rita's movements. Then a dog of his barked loudly on him. After which he realized he could understand every single thing of dogs, and understand that his superpower is that he could talk to animals. Now Happy Talik told this new search to the whole family, now to know what strength the meteorite has given him. Oleg picked up an iron piece from the ground and tried to turn him with his own hands. But he didn't turn, and then ashamed, he went back inside the house. In the morning, Oleg began to wake the rest of the family. But when he went into Pavel's room, he saw the old man hanging from the rope. But nothing happened to him. Now he was immense. Can't die in any way. After which he told Oleg that, son, I was not dead, but let me save from the rope. At the same time, Boris sat on the toilet. But suddenly he went out teleport, and then surprised and bothers, and came back to the bathroom. When he started trying to get toilet again, he again came out teleport. And the family were surprised. How was it happening? Tightened of all the questions, Boris said, I will not show again. I have to go toilet. I can't go toilet. Then he asked his entire family to walk with him on his favorite fishing place because he went there, and his mind would calm down. When those people arrived there, Rita started flying over the lake with his strength, and Talik was sitting near a dog and explaining his phone's videos to him. Meanwhile, Oleg told Boris that I have an idea. We'll all end the money problem. But Boris wasn't listening carefully. He was just in training to be teleport. Oleg explained that we could steal around $3 million of the bank using the strength of the vanity of whiteness, so that they could come with money and live life with their own. But Boris said, I don't matter about that. We'll live a normal life. He told Oleg not to put the family into further trouble, because he is already in very trouble due to Oleg's mistakes. Tired of this debating, Oleg told Shweta to sit in the car, and Shweta shaked as long as we are out of this grandfather's body to hide. During the journey, Shweta said that there is a disturbance in your plan. We'll be caught. Our life can be in danger. As soon as he was getting out of that area, some Gond stopped him and surrounded his car. After a while, Valera came there, and he told Oleg that he came in the car and talk. Gunda threatened Oleg that if the debt as much as the money dipped in caviar did not pay, I would sell you in the black market by taking you to forced China. Understand? Oleg was very afraid to hear this. He stood on the banks of the road and started thinking what to do now. On the way, Shweta had also heard Valera's talk. So he embraced Oleg and said, I will complete theft plan in the bank. Don't worry, we'll do everything well. Then he sat and made the entire theft plan. Later, the entire family gathered in the living room, and everyone together decided that theft plan is to begin now. After that, everyone decided that they'll party all night. Because it could be caught tomorrow and then in jail, then the mill needs to be grinded. Today the party becomes. In the morning, Oleg made breakfast together with Rita. Rita said, I have to play one. Boris also insisted. Oleg assumed him. Then everyone went to a big theater, where Rita gave his introduction. If the head of that place saw his power, he was surprised. After this, all the people of the family showed their strength one by one, and that man was completely shaken to see all this. Surprisedly, the theater head said, I will hire you all. But by hearing this, the group got out of there, and Oleg threatened the man that no one was doing recording. Oleg felt that something was getting weird in his body. Going to the bathroom, she saw that her strength is that water derives from her fingers. This is what Fudu see power. The next morning went to lunch in an expensive restaurant with Oleg Sasha, because Sasha had betted that she would help loot the bank when Oleg would fulfill her dream going on a romantic date. But then soon, Oleg saw the whole family hiding and watching them. He was very shy on the date with a little girl, likewise. From above, the white men also sat on the chair near him and started hitting Oleg. She wanted to keep her Tingu sister's romantic date in a little bit. Meanwhile, Oleg saw that Valera and her man are also in the restaurant. Valera recognized Oleg and came to him. Oleg couldn't do anything with fear. But then Sasha got up to save him and made the mild bone ribbed by his strength. Also, his 2 men pelled. Oleg was nervous and fled from there. A whiten behind him also participated. That is why the whole strength of Sasha was over, and the whole family quickly ran towards the car so that he can get out of there. Then the day of stealing came to the bank. Everyone set the car. Shweta landed his clothes and then started running towards the building with Oleg disappearing. By using his powers, crossing the security cross and crossing the security cross, the bank's locker room started to see the password. Boris wanted to park the car in another place, but the police car stopped them. Police said quickly, empty the way. Talik thought if away, then White's strength would go away. Boris tried to pass time and refused to leave the way. Police pushed them with the car's force and anger, and drove away from that place. That's why Pavel died again, and the white men seemed suddenly. All the people inside the bank were shocked. Olay immediately fled out, and together with the family, pulled the old man to the building, which returned the power of Shweta. But the plan was failed. As they all began to go, a police car stopped them from behind. He had already warned Boris, so before the police came, he got teleport from there so that the talk does not increase anymore. But by mistake, he was teleported inside the police car. Brother, this car is your good. After returning home, Boris said that today he survived because of Oleg. In anger, Oleg called everyone in the dining room and said no one will do anything else work until theft is complete. Rita said I still have to play, but everyone silenced him together. Bothering with her unhappiness, he ran crying in the bathroom. Oleg felt bad and decided that he doesn't show it. Rita was very nervous on the show's night. She mistakenly turned to the other side and started flying in the entire building. Oleg and Whiteness separated, so that can catch Rita. But before Rita came there, Valera punched Oleg's mouth and hit Oleg's mouth. After which Oleg became unconscious immediately. Theater's head was very angry with deteriorating its play. He asked to take revenge that let Oleg punish in front of the public. He was throwing behind the stage's curtain. A while later, Oleg came out and met his family. Shweta asked his boyfriend, such that, "What happened to you?" "It's just been mine." "I'm tired." Oleg said, "This family is a flock of stupid and nonsense people and nothing more." He told everyone in anger that even if you have the power of the whole world, you will still be stupid. He also said that I will pay my debt alone, and then left everyone there. And he left. But Boris said, no one goes away from this family. He caught his son-in-law and took the forced bank. Everyone there wears their professional mask. Rita crossed the wall with a big channel, and Sasha pushed the truck and stopped the path of the street. After that, Boris went inside teleport, while the white man jumped from the top to the vaulted room. He opened the vault using the password seen yesterday. Some old winemen outside saw these people. When there was no attention to everything else, Pavel drank a little petrol and cigarette that led to the smoke of the fire. When looking at this, the breads moved. At that time, Rita Sasha took in and he threw out the whole safe. They all filled money in their car trunk, and Talik sent their dog police to stop. The family ran from there when theft ends. Yvel threw some money towards the poor, and police caught those people with a thief understanding. A few hours later, everyone went to the height of the city and started celebrating the joy of becoming a millionaire. But this joy didn't last too long because Pavel heard its final decision. He said goodbye to his family and selected a place for his death. The whole family left him there with tears saying goodbye. While driving the car, Rita saw that grandfather fell. He said, "Go back, father." But once again avoiding his life, the Pavel got angry, and he told everyone to get away from here quickly, all of you. "Are you crazy? You're disturbing, man. Old man can't even die of channel." And it gave the idea that we'll all be together with a big home purchase. But everyone said, share the money, okay? Everyone has their plan. Boris became depressed, thinking that no one wants to live with him. Then Pavel said, "Look, I've called the police. If you don't go from here quickly, you people will all be trapped in jail. Understand?" On the way, Shweta told Oleg that I don't want to live with you now. He told Oleg to leave the car. She was still very sad about Oleg's things she said last night, and was going to leave him forever. Oleg took her part in anger. He put that money in paying Valera's debt and reconvened it. Then he made plans to leave this country. Oleg on the airport saw on news that Shweta and his family were caught as he went to take back Pavel's body. Seeing the bad condition of the whole family, Oleg regretted that he left them. He decided he would save them together with Pavel. As soon as he returned, all the powers entered the court. Pavel was alive again and started attacking everyone in anger. Boris began to stop the guard by teleport. Sasha liberated his brother-sisters from jail, and everyone left the police rounds using his forces. Now the family was gathered again. But when they got out, the police surrounded them from everywhere. Then Rita flew and wrapped the guards' attention. This all sat in one car, and Rita went along with them too. The entire city police now followed them. A police car was not leaving them behind. By irritate, Boris crashed the police car by teleport. A while later, another car came from the side and Sasha insisted him, after which the car was shifted. Oleg saw many cars in front of him. He tried not to be an accident, but his car still hit a fruit stall. Soil was soil above the windshield. Oleg was glad that now his strength will work. He sprinkled water with his finger and went forward while cleaning the car's glass. But the family was surrounded by police by roadblock. Then Sasha caught the pole and pulled the car and pulled everyone out from there. Then they tried to get out of the streets. When it was discovered that the police had surrounded the surroundings, Rita blown the car. The car started flying in the air, and those people survived from the police behind. After all this, Oleg met Valera again. He thanked for the help because Valera had waited to send China to the whole family in his cargo ship. After the preparation, the family closed in a large container, which was placed on the ship in between containers. Now all those people moved to another country to start a new one. Which superpower of these must tell you in the best comments.